Hey there! Breaking news that could put an extra $2,400 in your bank account starting this month. The Treasury Department just released the official May 2025 stimulus check deposit schedule, and you need to know if your payment is coming this week or next. But will you qualify for the full amount? And what's the one mistake that could delay your payment by weeks? I'll reveal everything in the next 5 minutes. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now so you don't miss critical updates that could mean thousands of dollars for your family. Alright, let's dive straight into what you need to know. Just yesterday, the Treasury Department announced the official release schedule for the May 2025 stimulus payments of $2,400 per eligible American. This comes after months of congressional negotiations and economic pressure from inflation that's been hitting households across the country. Many Americans have been waiting for this relief, and now we finally have concrete dates for when these payments will hit bank accounts. So when exactly will you receive your $2,400 payment? According to the official schedule, direct deposits will begin processing on May 12, 2025, with the first wave of recipients seeing funds in their accounts between May 12 and May 14. The second wave is scheduled for May 19 through May 21, and the final batch will process between May 26 and May 28. For those receiving physical checks by mail, the Treasury will begin sending those on May 15, with delivery expected within 5 to 7 business days depending on your location. But here's what most news outlets aren't telling you: which wave your payment falls into depends on the last 2 digits of your Social Security number. If your SSN ends in 00-33, you're in the first wave. Numbers ending in 34 to 66 are in the second wave. And if yours ends in 67 to 99, you'll be in the third wave. Have you checked which group you fall into yet? This simple step could help you plan your finances more effectively this month. Now, let's talk about eligibility because not everyone will qualify for the full $2,400. The current guidelines state that individuals earning up to $75,000 annually will receive the full amount, with a gradual phase-out up to $99,000. For married couples filing jointly, the threshold starts at $150,000 with complete phase-out at $198,000. Heads of households can earn up to $112,500 before reductions begin. But what many people don't realize is that this stimulus package also includes an additional $500 per dependent, regardless of age. This means if you have 2 dependents, your total could reach $3,400. Are you wondering if you need to do anything to receive your payment? For most Americans who filed their 2024 tax returns, the answer is no. The IRS will use your most recent filing information to determine eligibility and deposit method. However, and this is crucial, if you've moved or changed banks since filing your taxes, you need to update your information through the IRS portal immediately. Failing to update your information is the #1 mistake that could delay your payment by weeks or even months. The deadline to make these updates for the first wave of payments is May 10, just days from now. Let me address another common question I've been receiving. What if I didn't file taxes in 2024? If you didn't file a 2024 return, the IRS will use your 2023 information if available. If neither is available, you'll need to use the non-filers tool on the IRS website by May 15 to ensure you receive your payment. Have you checked if you need to take any of these actions? Don't wait until it's too late. Now, there's something important about this stimulus package that isn't getting enough attention. Unlike previous pandemic-era stimulus payments, this $2,400 relief check is technically an advance on a new tax credit for the 2025 tax year. What does this mean for you? It means the money won't be counted as taxable income when you file next year, but it also means you can't receive the credit twice. The government has implemented this structure to provide immediate relief while also balancing long-term fiscal concerns. Are you thinking about how this might affect your tax planning for next year? For those receiving Social Security benefits, Veterans Benefits, or SSI, your stimulus payment will generally arrive the same way as your regular benefits. However, there's been a change from previous stimulus distributions. These payments will be processed separately from your regular benefits, which means they might arrive on a different day than you're used to. The Social Security Administration has confirmed that most beneficiaries should receive their stimulus payment by May 21, regardless of when their regular benefits typically arrive. I've also received questions about whether this payment affects other government benefits. The good news is that this stimulus payment will not count as income for determining eligibility for federal programs like SNAP, Medicaid, or housing subsidies. This is a critical difference from some other forms of government assistance. and it ensures that receiving this stimulus won't disrupt other benefits you might depend on. Let's talk about some practical steps to prepare for your payment. First, download the IRS To Go app to check your payment status. Second, if you use mobile banking, set up alerts for large deposits so you'll know immediately when your payment arrives. Third, be aware that many banks are processing these deposits at midnight on the scheduled dates, which means you might see the funds before you wake up on the morning of your scheduled deposit day. Have you set up these notifications yet? Now, a word of caution: scams related to stimulus payments are already emerging. The IRS will never call, text, or email you asking for personal information or payment to release your stimulus. They will never request gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. If someone contacts you claiming to be from the IRS regarding your stimulus payment, it's almost certainly a scam. Have you received any suspicious communications already? Report them immediately to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. What should you do if your payment doesn't arrive on schedule? The IRS has set up a dedicated stimulus hotline at 800-919-9835, but be prepared for long wait times. A better option is to use the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website, which will show the status of your payment and the scheduled deposit date. If the tool shows your payment was issued but you haven't received it after 5 business days for direct deposit or 4 weeks for a mail check, you can request a payment trace through the IRS. For those who might be wondering about the economic impact of this stimulus program, economists are projecting that these payments will inject approximately $850 billion into the economy over the next 3 months. This is expected to boost GDP by 0.7% in the second quarter of 2025. The primary goal is to help families manage inflation while stimulating consumer spending. Do you have a plan for how you'll use your stimulus payment? Financial advisors are recommending a 3-tier approach to using these funds. First, cover essential needs like housing, utilities, and food. Second, pay down high-interest debt. And third, if possible, set aside some for emergency savings. Given current economic conditions, having a financial cushion is more important than ever. Have you thought about your priorities for this $2,400? Before I wrap up, let me address one more critical detail. If you have outstanding child support payments, your stimulus check may be reduced or completely offset. Unlike some previous stimulus programs, these payments are not protected from child support intercepts. Other debts like student loans or back taxes will not affect your payment, but child support obligations will. Make sure you're aware of any outstanding obligations that might impact your payment amount. To summarize, $2,400 stimulus payments begin hitting accounts on May 12th, with distribution continuing through the end of May based on the last 2 digits of your Social Security number. Make sure your direct deposit information is updated by May 10th. Check your eligibility based on income thresholds, and be aware that dependents qualify for an additional $500 each. Remember that this is an advance on a 2025 tax credit, not taxable income, and won't affect other federal benefits. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button and share this video with friends and family who need this information. Drop a comment below with any questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe for more timely financial updates that could put money in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.